What's up, Fit Fam? This is Coach Allie. Today we're going to be doing a foam rolling series. So if any of you have a foam roller at home, this is a little routine that you guys can try just to make sure you're getting all the muscle groups possible with this thing. All right, so for the most part, we're going to start off with the back. So usually I'll have people kind of start with the foam roller right against your lower back. Then you kind of lift your hips up, and then we can walk our feet forward till we get right above our low back. A lot of times you don't want to go directly on the lower back as far as the spine, because you're just going to smush bone into bone. So when we do our lower back, we're going to kind of angle our trunk to one side, and then we can roll those muscles on the side of the low back that are going to be a little tender. And we're going to do each section about 30 seconds. So I'm just going to show you a few seconds, and then you can do it at your leisure at home. So again, little lift and then some rotation just to get more on the muscle instead of just compressing that bone. Again, we would go back and forth, as much pressure as you can put on it, for about 30 seconds. Then we'll walk our way up towards the mid back. Now with the mid back, we could try a few different hand positions. So you could do hands behind the head. Again, if I bring my hips up, I'm gonna apply more pressure on the foam, and that might feel better for me, or I might wanna lower it down. But for the most part, you should try and keep your core tight. If we're just hanging out with a big arch, that's not gonna really feel as good as if we had our pelvis in a better position. So again, we can put our hands behind our head. We can do arms up, get between those shoulder blades, right to the top of the shoulder. And then I can also do like movement with it. So I can do arms up, roll down, bring those arms down. Next we can do the lats, which are very tender. So again, we're going to be trying to get the side of the arm, side of the rib cage. So to do that, we're going to lay on our side, place the foam right below the armpit, and then you're going to kind of walk your feet down and back until we get that tender lat area, more towards the back of the shoulder. And again, about 30 seconds. You can play with the orientation of your forearms. So you could do palm up, work it a couple repetitions, palm down, thumb up, and then repeat on the other side. Next one we're going to do is the tush. So you're going to, again, sit on the foam. Next, we're going to crisscross one ankle over the knee, and then you're going to lean towards that cross side. And again, we're rolling in that glute, also those deep hip muscles. And just rocking back and forth, about 30 seconds. You could also just do the glutes again for about 30 seconds each side. Then we can roll to get the hamstrings. So the back of the knee all the way up towards the tush is really where we're gonna be working those hamstrings. Again, about 30 seconds. You can also isolate one versus the other. Again, that's just going to put a little bit more pressure, so you might feel a little bit more of that intense tenderness. Next we have the calves, and again, maybe I want to do it with my feet flexed up or just relaxed. And then you can also rotate the feet out to get the outside, or you can rotate the feet in to get more of that inner calf. And again, about 30 seconds. You can also isolate, try and get one just to apply more pressure, really get that good release. Next we have the outside of the thigh. So more towards the hip is really the muscle aspect of that line. So you can focus more towards the hip, but again, really tender structure is going to be on that outside of the thigh, and you're just working it. Going to be really tender towards that knee, so just be careful with that. You don't want to conflict too much discomfort. And again, 30 seconds, repeat on the other side. And then last but not least, we have the quads. Again, I don't want to be loosey-goosey in my spine. I want to be contracted in my abs, and then this way I can just saw back and forth without compromising the rest of my body while I'm foam rolling the quads. And again, with this muscle group being so big, you can rotate the legs to try and get the outer part of the quad or the inner part. And then you can also do the groin. Not the most comfortable, but once you get in there, you'll find those tender points and you'll kind of just bring the knee up, or you can saw your body up and down. So for the most part, a full body foam rolling, 30-second each side, each muscle group, and you should be feeling really good. With that, see ya.